Come with me on a behind-the-scenes look at what can go into a picture book rescue. This book rescue was quite challenging because not only did I have to correct the layout and the typesetting that the illustrator under-delivered on, because illustrators are not book designers, but I also had to correct some of the art using flattened artwork, which means I did not have access to the layered art. Sometimes I can find stock illustrations that work, but because this was such a unique angle of a bee, and it had to be a specific type of bee, I had to go next level. I had to find a photo of an Apis mellifera worker bee that was 1, landed, and 2, from a rear angle. Also, 3, even though I am drawing it, the photo had to be licensable since it's based on another artist's work, and photographers are artists too. After hours of searching through licensable stock photos across different platforms, I finally found the right bee. Into Photoshop she goes. If you see a bee collecting honey, it's a female. Using the pen tool, I drew each element of the bee's body as a separate layer. The pen tool allows me to create shapes that can be scaled up or down in size without loss of quality. It also retains other editing capabilities, like changing colors easily or the ability to modify the original shape by going back in with the pen tool. Here I am drawing the wing shape as one layer and then starting a new layer for the wing lacing. When I finish this wing, I duplicate it, reverse it, and position it. Now I add the head and thorax and do a bit of color matching for these basic body shapes. Next, I convert the shapes to a smart object so I can use a smart filter to add a blur effect. The smart filter is a non-destructive way to add blur so I can go in and remove it or adjust it if needed. A quick stop to add a gradient to the wings. Now for a check of my work to see how it's fitting in. All good. Gotta keep going though. Next up is the adding and positioning of the forelegs and hind legs. Now I check it again and make some micro adjustments. Now to bring in one of the stock art bees that I was able to use in other places in the book, because consistency with style is important. Because I used the pen tool, I can easily go in and adjust the color of the lacing to match the stock photo bee. Because I use layers, I can go in and change the shape's hierarchy. This allows me to keep 100% of my original shape. No erasing or incomplete artwork necessary. Convert to smart object, apply blur via smart filter, and keep making small adjustments in the positioning. Time to add the bands. Back to the pen tool. Now to add the highlighting and give the bee a shadow. Since this artwork was flattened before I ever added in the new bee, I had to remove the old bee from the boy's face. This means I had to erase the old bee, which left a hole in the artwork. Then I had to draw the boy's face in as if no bee had ever been there. Now that the new bee is ready, I'm finishing up that task. Let's take a look back at the old out-of-focus bee. And now for the new bee. Much better. Now Bugsy and the Bees is one step closer to delivering the best reader experience for our most important readers, the kids. I'm Melinda Martin and I help authors create quality books for kids. Learn more at martinpublishingservices.com.